everyone, Miss Heather here, and welcome to the very first episode of Miss Heather's Corner, where I teach you the safest thing to do so you can do it too. Thanks for joining me today. I'm really excited about what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be learning about why it's so important to keep our personal information private by reading a story about a little boy named Webster who gets some unexpected deliveries.
Delivery for Webster. It was late afternoon on a rainy spring day when Webster turned on his computer to play. There were so many choices and so much to do, so he stopped and thought for a minute or two. I played pirates yesterday and solved the puzzles before that. I know, I'll pick a new outfit for my virtual cat. Webster sorted through hats and shoes for a bit, then chose a fine polo in a dark blue knit. He was just finishing up in the virtual shop when a window appeared on his screen with a pop. "You've won a free game," it proclaimed all in red. "Just type in your address. Click here. Go ahead." The game looked awesome with dragons and knights, and Webster was dazzled by the twinkling lights. He typed in his name and address real quick, and his information was gone with one simple click. Webster waited and waited by the window for days, until finally the delivery man came his way. "Delivery for Webster," Clicky announced at the door. Webster ran for the package. He couldn't wait anymore. He opened the package and his eyes grew wide. There was only a stack of magazines inside. "Must be a mistake," he said, tossing them over his head. "I'm sure it'll be here tomorrow instead." Tomorrow came with another knock on the door. "Delivery for Webster," Clicky called once more. He tore the box open and looked down in dismay. This couldn't be the game. No how, no way. There were no dragons. There were no knights. In fact, it was a pair of bright yellow tights. The next day, Webster was sure it would come. Instead, he got a birdcage held together with gum. "I can't believe this! It's getting totally lame!" But the next week brought him more of the same. On Monday came a saucepot, Tuesday a snake, on Wednesday he received a rusty old rake, on Thursday he got a busted record player, and Friday bought him an old refrigerator. On Saturday he cried, "That's it! That's enough! I'm sick of getting this ridiculous stuff. This pile of junk can reach the North Pole. It's totally getting out of control." So he waited by the window with great anticipation. "Delivery for Webster," Clicky called in frustration. "This must be it," Webster said with a squeal. Then he tore through the small brown box to reveal. "A boot? Are you kidding?" Webster exclaimed. "This is so unfair. All I want is my game." With a grumble, he threw the boot on the pile of trash. Then it wobbled and bobbled and came down with a crash. Clicky threw up his hands and said, "I've had enough. Webster, please explain where you got all this stuff." "I don't know," he replied. "I'm just really upset. All I did was order a game from the internet." "I saw it on a pop-up and gave them my name. I typed in my address and waited for my game." "What happened, Webster?" Clicky asked in concern. "Did you forget the online rules that you learned?" Webster thought and he thought until it finally clicked. "Aw, man," he cried, "that pop-up was a trick." Clicky nodded. "It looks like you got caught in a scam. Giving away your information is how this nightmare began. Before you tell anyone your name and address online, you need to ask a trusted adult if it's fine." "You're right," said Webster. "I don't know what to say. I'm just sorry I made such a mess this way." Together, Clicky and Webster cleaned out all the junk, especially that refrigerator. It really kind of stunk. But after everything was gone and the cleaning was done, Webster was still frowning and really very glum. "Come on, Webster," said Clicky. "Don't hang your head in sorrow. Today is Saturday. No deliveries tomorrow." The end.
Wow, what a great story. Why don't we talk about it for a second? Why did Webster click on the pop-up? Webster clicked on it because it was fun and exciting looking, and he really wanted to play that video game. Pop-ups are designed to look really fun, so you click on them, but you should always remember to always ask a trusted adult before you ever click on a pop-up. What kind of information did Webster put into the game website? Webster typed in his name and address, and that's some very personal and private information that should never be shared without the permission of a trusted adult. What should Webster have done before sharing this information? Webster should have asked a trusted adult first, because personal information is something that you should usually keep private and you shouldn't share to just anyone. It's important to get a parent's permission so that you know it's a safe place to trust your personal information. What are some things that you can do if a pop-up shows up on your screen? You can always click the back button or the X button. And if things get a little wonky and your screen just stops working, remember to tell a trusted adult right away. Thanks for joining me on the very first episode of Miss Heather's Corner, where I teach you the safest thing to do so you can do it too. See you next time!